Welcome back to another unboxing. Today I am looking at this Remington Nano Series nose and ear trimmer. It also does your eyebrows as well. My recent trimmer unfortunately fell from the cupboard and broke, so I had to buy a new one. And I looked on Amazon and I went for this because A, it was only £11, and B, I find that Remington seems to be one of the better brands for these types of things. Even beard trimmers I've got, the Remington one was way better than things like Philips or Panasonic. I find the Philips things they've got lots of fancy marketing to them, but their products themselves aren't any better. They're more expensive, and I find that Remington just do a better job and they're much, much cheaper. So I went for this Remington. I said it was on Amazon. I'll leave a link below. And it's a very, very fairly basic trimmer. It's also waterproof as well, which I really like. So I could just wash it, which is always handy when you've got these things because they tend to get a little bit messy. But on the front of the box, you can see that there's not a lot of information. They're saying it's showerproof. It's includes long, short eyebrow trimming tool and comfort tip blades. Now, if I'm 44, I don't know if you'd find this, but nose and nose hair and eyebrow hair kind of go out of flipping control when you get into your 40s. So having something like this is pretty handy. On the side, on the back, not a lot of information. So let's get straight into this. I'm just going to rip it open because I'm not going to keep the box. And okay, so this is inside the package, and what we've got, probably got some instructions, which I'll just have a quick peek at, but I don't think we're going to really need those. Here we go, here's the front. They're the tools that you get. It has even got a little sort of mini trimmer bit as well, which is cool. That's what I'm saying with Remington, you tend to just get lots of stuff and they just really work well. One thing to mention, this isn't a rechargeable one, this is a battery, but to be honest, I find it usually takes like one AA battery and they last for absolutely ages, so I'm not too worried about that. Sometimes it's easier just to have a battery sometimes, because charging these things, you end up with loads of cables and loads of charging cables, and I just rather just stick a battery in. Sometimes it's easier. But they've actually included a battery as well, which is great. There you go. That's what I mean about Remington. They include everything you need. So you've got a battery, you've got a nasal trimming tool, and you've got an eyebrow tool, and you've got the battery as well. So let's just have a look at the actual device. So the device itself is included on it the eyebrow trimming tool, and I believe you probably press this down maybe to pull it out, is that right? Oh, it just pops off. So that allows you to wash and clean the end of it. And it's fairly light, it's not very heavy at all, and obviously at the bottom you can unscrew that and pop the battery. So, as always with my reviews, I will use this for a couple of weeks and get back to you on my final thoughts. So I've been using this now for about 2.5 months, and I'm pleased to say it works really, really well. The only downside I would say is that when the battery starts to get slightly weak, if you're using the nasal trimmer, it will pull your hair. So that's something to be aware of. Make sure that you've got a decent battery in here, otherwise you'll end up with pulling your hair and you just won't be a very nice experience at all. Now, trimming your hair generally isn't the nicest experience. Sticking this thing up your nose isn't great. So make sure it's fully charged, and it works very, very well. It cuts very, very cleanly and gets lots of fine hairs. So I found with this, the nasal trimmer works really well. I've used it for the eyebrow trimmer as well, and that works fine. You know, again, it just does what it says on the tin. For the price, it's very, very good. So you just need to make sure that you obviously replace the battery regularly. This battery, I found the one that they gave me, it lasted for a few weeks, and then I actually just put in a Duracell battery, which works really well. I haven't had to replace that yet. And I think I found with the Duracell battery, with it being a more expensive battery, it just worked. It just felt like the motor was working at a better speed and had a bit better performance. But other than that, I really recommend this. It's a very, very good trimmer. I found that Remington products work really well. They just kind of do what they say, and they're very good, well priced compared to other things of a comparable kind of specification. So I hope you found this useful. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll catch you in the next video.